Well, it is currently Monday when I'm kicking off this video, and I'm quite thankful to say that I'm feeling motivated today. I was out of town this weekend, and sometimes that can be a little overwhelming to kind of get back in the swing of things, but thankfully I feel like I have a clear head and I'm ready to make it a good day. So I'm very thankful for those feelings and the energy. So I made a game plan of everything I hope to get done today. So let me give you the rundown. So there's quite a bit of computer work I need to get done. So we'll hang out in the office for a bit. There's a video I would love to make a good dent in. I don't need to completely edit it today, but I would love to get the majority of the editing out of the way. And then I also want to do a vacuum session. I did the robot vacuum this morning, but still it can't reach every single nook and cranny. So we'll go around and have a vacuum party. And then I also want to make some hummus, granola, and a soup for dinner. It's kind of like a meal plan day, or a meal prep day. So we'll make the soup so we have that for lunches for the rest of the week, and we'll eat it tonight for dinner. And then hummus and granola are two items that I love to just have stocked up in the fridge and pantry. So we'll try to do that. Would love to do a load of laundry. And this is gonna be lower priority, but if we have time, I would love to go through my closet and give away any pieces that I'm no longer wearing. I haven't done that in a little bit, so that would be great to do. And then another random home thing, I ordered another birdhouse for the garden because I just want to attract as many birds as we can, create a little haven for them. So I would love to hang that today. I got one that can hang on a tree specifically, which I'll show you the one I currently have in case you're unfamiliar, but we've had a birdhouse in the yard for about a year and a half, 2 years, I think a year and a half. And it hasn't gotten any action, unfortunately. And I think the main reason is because it's just in the direct sunlight and there's no sort of safety net or shade area for the birds. So this birdhouse, I'm going to nail it directly on a tree that we have. So it'll be nice and shady and hopefully feel more like a shelter for them. And it also has a place where you can put some feed. So I'll add some bird food. I don't have any currently, but I'll grab that the next time I'm at the store. So that's the plan, but I'm excited to spend time with you all. Here's the birdhouse. I love it. I think it is so cute and it should be fairly easy to hang. I want to go ahead and do that now before it gets too toasty outside. I think I'll just be able to put a nail in the tree, in the trunk of the tree, and then hang it pretty effortlessly, hopefully. And then here is the actual house part. So at the bottom of this, it's solid, and then you can put the food right here on this tray area. So I think it's a cute little setup for them. Someone's soaking up the sun. This is the birdhouse that we currently have. It actually, since the bushes around it are growing, it might be better for them this season. And something else with birdhouses is that birds will notice if they've been there for a while, and as time goes by and it's consistently in the same place, they'll feel more comfortable making a home there. That's from my research. It is looking a bit disheveled, a bit aged since we first put it out here naturally with the weather conditions, but it's still quite adorable. Here's the tree that I'm thinking of putting the birdhouse on. I will say the trunk is on the thinner side, so let me just feel how secure. I mean, it's definitely still quite secure. It is at an angle too, so let me just bring the birdhouse over and see how it'll fit. Here it is. It's so cute. I hope they like it and I hope it stays on okay. I just used one nail and it seems pretty secure, so hopefully with the Florida storms it'll be all good. I do see a wasp nest pretty close by, so hopefully the wasps won't make the birdhouse their home, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge if we get to it. Let's have ourselves a vacuum session. I always love to gamify vacuuming as much as possible. It is actually my #1 favorite chore because of this. I find it very satisfying. So this is what our vacuum compartment looks like before. It's completely empty, and we'll see how much we fill it up. I have a strong feeling it's gonna be filled up completely because of this cutie's hairs that get everywhere, but it's all good. And then the one of the sections that I really want to focus on are the stairs, because the puppy hairs and dust will collect in the corners and whatnot. So that's where I'll start. Quite surprised. It didn't fill up nearly as much as I thought it would. It's barely full, honestly, but I did run out of juice. I still want to vacuum a bit more, but we'll have to charge it up and have a round 2 later today. I've been sitting here getting organized, getting some work done, and I wanted to give a review of this book. I just finished it this morning, actually. This is the book that we read for book club this month, One Italian Summer. About halfway through, I really wasn't feeling it. If you've read this book, or if you do read the book, you'll know what I mean. It was a little out there, and so I was a little unsure. It was still okay, but I wasn't, you know, really into it. But then I really liked the ending, and overall I would say I enjoyed this book. The ending was super conclusive for me, and I even got emotional, which for me, if I get emotional while reading a book, to me that gives it extra points, and it means that I'm able to relate in some way, or I'm able to have emotions stirred up from the novel. So I would give it a good review, honestly. I thought it was nice, and it was a really pleasant summer read because it takes place in Italy during the summer. So just being able to read that imagery and picture those scenes was quite lovely. So that's the review, but I'm just gonna hang out in the office for a bit more, and I wanted to thank Squarespace for partnering with me for this portion of today's video. I adore Squarespace. I've been talking about them for years and recommending them because I have used Squarespace to build and update my personal website for over 5 years now. So it's a product that I've been using for many, many years. And I really love that Squarespace has equipped me with a user-friendly platform where I can create a space that I can visually share my thoughts, my work, my life. And I love that with Squarespace, you can display your social profiles on your website and you can automatically push the website content to your social media channels so that your audience and everyone who stumbles upon it can see it and share it, which is an amazing feature. And I also love that you're able to sell products with an online store through Squarespace, and you can embed photos and videos into your website. So they really have so many incredible options to customize an online space to really make it your own. And all of their templates are truly so beautifully designed and so professional looking. And I just love Squarespace and hope you do too. So if you would like to try it out, you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Allison Bickerstaff to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or a domain. So we love that. I actually have on my to-do list to update my website later to add, I was just in West Palm Beach last weekend, so I want to add all of my recommendations for that on the travel page I have. So hopefully I'll get to that later today. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up a few things and then I wanna do some meal prep so that we're set. We have all the snacks and yumminess for the rest of the week. I'm wrapping up a bit more work and it looks like it might rain. I think an afternoon rainstorm would be quite lovely. Also, I tried to do some cute latte art today. Wasn't super successful, but that is absolutely something I want to add to my autumn bucket list, is to successfully learn how to do latte art and learn how to use my bottomless portafilter correctly. So whether that means taking some kind of course or a workshop at a coffee shop, I don't know, but it's been a dream of mine to be able to make a beautiful and true at-home latte. So I want to spend more time trying to make that happen. And speaking of bucket lists, I wanted to pull up our summer bucket list that we made and see how much we've completed so far. I feel pretty good about it. I can think of a few things off the top of my head that we haven't done, or a couple. So let's take a look. The summer bucket list is on my website and we will be making a fall one, of course. Oh, the first one, weekly game nights. That did not happen. We did game nights, but I don't think it was weekly. Maybe we missed a few weeks. Okay, a beach bonfire with s'mores. Did not do that. I did a s'mores night at home, but not at the beach. Okay, so far, not good. Oh no, try hot yoga. Didn't do that. We gotta squeeze in these things before summer ends. A themed board night, we did that. And in case you missed it, a themed board night, what we mean by that is that we did a game night and each group of people or each couple brought some kind of themed food board. So one of my friends brought a taco board, one of my friends did a Mediterranean board, and then I did a dessert and fruit board. So that was fun. Go for a morning swim. I'm gonna do this tomorrow morning. I ordered goggles, so we're gonna swim laps in the pool tomorrow morning and cross this one off. Palm Beach weekend getaway, we did that. Grab ice cream and go for a sunset drive, we did that, but I definitely want to do that again. That was another idea that I kind of wanted to do every single week, but it didn't happen. Start rollerblading, we did that. Go snorkeling, didn't do that. Have a picnic, we did that. Make homemade lemonade, we did not do that. We made key lime pie, sort of. Dance in the rain. I feel like I did that, but I can't remember an exact moment. I'm gonna cross that one off though, because I feel pretty good about that. Backyard movie night, we did that twice. DIY slip and slide in the backyard, did not do that. That sounds really fun. Stargaze, we did that. Yes, I do that whenever possible. Okay, so we did not do as well as I thought we did. Oh no. Well, there's still really good ideas for the rest of the summer, so I will keep those in mind, but it's always fun to make those lists just to, if you have a free night and you're not sure what to do, have something to reference with just a plethora of ideas. So I love that, and honestly, one of the reasons that I feel extra motivated this week is because I'm so excited to start creating autumn videos and to decorate our home for autumn and to start channeling that time of year. So I feel like that's just added a pep in my step, especially when it comes to creating videos and everything. So I am now actually going to create a bit of a mood board, a bit of an inspiration board, because I'll be shopping for autumn later this week. So I'd love to have a sort of imagery to use as a guide. If I'm unsure if I want to purchase something, I can be like, hey, does this fit the overall feel I'm going for? Then hopefully that'll help. So I'll work on this a bit and then show you once it's done. Autumn inspo. Also, I never showed you, we're watching my mom's dog, Jessie. Hi, Jessie. She can't hear very well anymore. She is 17 years old, so she's still kicking it, but a little differently, but we love her. Palmer especially loves her and is respecting her by giving her space, right, buddy? But anyways, here is the quick little mood board I put together. Just all those fall dreamy color tones, a little moody. I love it, I love it. I know I will spend lots more time on Pinterest getting some inspiration. And just like that, it's time to make some dinner. Tonight I'm making a tortellini soup, which I've never made a tortellini soup before, but I feel like it'll be a great filling option. So we'll make that and then we'll have that as leftovers for lunch for the rest of the week. So we'll see how it turns out. And then I'm also going to make, or begin the process of making, I should say, sourdough croissants. Look at our sourdough starter. It's so happy. I've made chocolate croissants before and that was such a big process, but I found a recipe for just regular croissants with sourdough starter, and it still is a process, but not nearly, it doesn't seem as nearly as intense of a process. So we'll see. I'm a bit naive now because I've never made them before, but that should be quite yummy, hopefully. later in the day. As you saw, we went on our morning swim this morning, which was so, it was a phenomenal way to start the day. Very invigorating, just being in the sunshine and jumping in the water. It was very great. I only swam 10 laps and I was only out there for 10 minutes. So it was a very short and sweet time. But even just doing those 10 laps, it absolutely was such a great way to get my heart pumping, my blood flowing, and it felt like a good workout. So I definitely want to do that more often. I will say the problem with it is I kind of have to plan it around when I'm going to wash my hair because of the chlorine. I don't want to, you have to have time. Well, at least I would prefer to have time to shower and everything like that. So it's been a good morning and a good day so far. I have been working on the croissants, which those are a doozy. They really are a doozy. It's definitely, I read through the recipe and it's definitely been a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit more layered than I expected. So we'll see what happens. They are looking a little funky. I think they're gonna be delicious, especially since I know how much butter is in them. There is so much butter. So I'm gonna bake them tomorrow morning and I'll insert here if they turned out good or kind of good or great. We'll see. I think regardless, they'll be tasty. They might just not look like authentic layered flaky croissants, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm happy to report that the croissants turned out absolutely delectable. We have some nice layers, which is what we like to see. That's what I was really unsure about. Of course, I could use some more refinement on my shaping as well, but they're nice and flaky and we have those beautiful layers and it tastes like buttery goodness. So I'm very happy about that. So we're gonna work on that and call it a day. So I'll go ahead and end the vlog here. But thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I love and appreciate you all so much and cannot wait to see you next. Bye.